You know that thing that you erroneously refer to as your imagination, which is not imaginary, by the way? You ever wonder why it is that anything you place inside your imagination always works out flawlessly every time with no impediments or any kind of hiccups or any kind of bumps or any kind of blockages? That's because there's no satanic matrix in there. First off, your sacred space, what you call your imagination, is metaphysical, so they can't touch that. That's that's a given. But more importantly, there's nothing in there that's going to counteract or run counterintuitive or run contrary to what you're looking to accomplish. That's why everything in there is instant. It happens flawlessly every time. The issue people have is that once you have something inside your sacred space, your imagination, and then you try to apply it to this, the density of this illusion, that's when you run into the hiccups because it's not going to align because of that crooked system. There's no way around this. There's no way around it. I mean, you can manifest things, and there's a process to it. In the physical, in the metaphysical, there's no process. But what I'm referring to is that there's a system in place that's not going to allow anything to be made easy for you. It is not going to do that. That's why they have taxes, inflation, cost of living increase. The drill. Recession, depression, economic collapse. Economic depravity. But it never seems to affect the people writing the rules. It only affects the people that are subjected to the rules. That's the way it's always been. And unless people do something about it, it's always going to be that way. But the whole point of this video is that this is the reason why everything in your sacred space, your imagination, works flawlessly every time. Because that is your divine state. That is your home, the home of your soul, the reality of your eternal journey. It becomes contaminated when it has to be dialed down into the lower, slower density of this satanic matrix and controlled by reptilian draconians who have no soul. So they're not going to give you anything because they don't have anything that has any type of semblance of compassion or warmth or love, kindness, a heart, caring, giving, loving, sharing, healing, positivity. Devoid. Devoid. It's like a slab of steel that you're expecting to have compassion for you. It's just not going to happen. Cold. Cold. That's it. That's what they are. Cold and lifeless. So this is the reason why people get very upset at things, because what's going on in your imagination, your sacred space, is flawless. Boom. No resistance, no friction, no impediments, no hindrances. But when you try to superimpose that over this physical density, that's when you're going to run into some issues because of the system. It's just evil to the core. And it's corrupt, greedy. It's all kinds of just, I can't even begin to get into it. It is what it is. And it's filled with a lot of characters that are going to stand at the door and guard this thing and make sure it always is run that way. They're not going to allow any divine light in because that light will diffuse the darkness and will collapse that system. So as long as they can, they're going to keep it going. And unfortunately, this is where a lot of people give up, become discouraged, and just go away. That's not to say that you should give up hope. You should never give up hope. Always keep trying. But what I'm trying to make you realize is that the difficulties that you're encountering are not your fault. It's not your fault. You could be doing the best possible high vibration. I've already said this in previous videos. And you encounter blockages because of a system that is satanic and evil and corrupt and greedy and fraudulent. It's fraud, greed, corruption, racketeering, crime, mafia. It's a syndicate. It's a crime syndicate. That's it. Anything run by the government or the state or your local municipalities, like your county, your county, your town, any type of hamlet or village or wherever you live in or whatever. It's all run by the same racketeers, man. It's all criminals running this stuff. They make sure to pad their own pockets at the expense of the taxpayer, as always. So it's not going to be any different when your metaphysical energies from your imagination try to pass through that system to you, because you have to connect with something in their system in order to accomplish whatever it is you're looking to achieve. You're not looking to stand in a room alone and manifest an elephant from nothingness. You have to do something in their system in order for you to get what you're looking to accomplish, whatever that is. You want to hit the lottery, you have to go through their system. You want to go to the casino and win, you got to go through their system. They control all of it. And they made sure to do that a long time ago. There's no part of this system that they don't control. Everything from A to Z, it's under their thumb. And that's where you encounter some issues. But I'm saying don't give up. Don't be discouraged. You're not going to get the deliveries the way you have imagined them, but you might get lucky and just find yourself getting just that or even better. But when they come to you, they might come a little discombobulated and they might look like, well, that's not what I wanted. Well, look what it had to pass through to get to you. Because these energies aren't going to be beamed to you and then you go do things. It's going to be beamed to the world. And then you have to go take the physical action in this physical world to see physical results. And that requires you connecting with that system, which is pure evil. And there's no way to bypass this, unfortunately. But anyway, this is just some information I wanted you to know and I wanted to share with you. God bless.